Tyler, I'm gonna say one thing, man. I need you to relax, okay? Because we all have LD95s. We know a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have one, you don't know yet. So
Verse don't have one.
when you have one, Tyler, then you can come and talk to us, okay?
Hey, Verse, what are you doing for dinner? I'm feeling a little hurt now.
Oh my god.
That's why I'm saying silent.
Verse and I sitting over here with no LD.5.
Oh, Verse, you don't have one as well? I thought you have one that's like just not good. I thought no.
Yeah, he's got Phantom's account.
Thing is, I think it's because Verse has been playing on Phantom's account, so he can understand us LD owners.
There you go. True.
I have 4 more longs.
I also have 4 more.
I fed Josephine yesterday. I have a Josephine. Let's just get right to it. Aloha, everybody. Welcome back to another podcast today. As you can see, we got some familiar faces and we got kind of a new mix. I don't think we ever had Obabo and Verse, in the same podcast. As well as it's been a little while since Obabo has joined us, so welcome back, guys. Good to have you guys here on the podcast. Anything new or interesting you guys want to say before we start off and get into this? Anything? I did hear something about something new.
Phantom summon. Nefties.
Han was really a new summon.
What's that?
I actually heard that Neftis was summoned before I woke up by people not only not in my guild, but not in the server, man. Everybody knew that he summoned the freaking Neftis. 3 scrolls.
He told one person, and that one person told everyone.
3 scrolls.
Who is that first person he told? That's what we want to know.
I'm pretty sure DJ was streaming, so they saw it in chat.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. Nefties, man. That sounds like some G7 content now.
It is.
Rank
It really is.
Thompson shaking his head like, yep, this is true. This is true. All right, well, great to have you guys back. We're going to be getting right into the podcast here today. Topic number 1. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say this. Nefties is not the main character. Is not the protagonist of Worlds. The protagonist is Ragdoll.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. There's 3 of them.
Is it because you don't have it?
Everybody has a Ragdoll.
Is it because you don't have it? So it's better because you don't have it, right?
No, I'm just saying everybody has a Ragdoll. There's more Ragdolls than anything else. That's a fact.
Okay. Yeah. There's a decent amount of people with Ragdolls up there. That's true. It's true.
No, I mean in Worlds, right?
Oh, in Worlds. Oh, so Ragdoll's the most predominant LD Net 5 out of all of them. I see.
I think there's 4 Ragdolls out of 8.
Doesn't that make Nefties better because you're less likely to get contested against her?
I'm not talking about who's better or worse. I'm saying which one there's more. I'm talking about facts, not arbitrary feelings. Now your opinion. All right.
All right, let's get right into topic number 1 here today. We can definitely talk about that in a little while, though. But topic number 1 today is going to be what we've waited a while for, which was the guild content update. For those of you guys here that haven't seen it yet, you can open up in the events and take a look at it. It looks like they pushed something out. Yeah, a lot of people are like, are they really going to do guild changes? Because they said September. Nothing's happening. And boom, right at the end of September, they pumped out some guild changes. And I think it was some good ones. Yeah, I heard there were some good things. And I heard there was some bad things. Yeah, so let's get into a little bit and share kind of that information and what we think about it with the community here, as well as maybe what we can change in the future as well for Guild War content, I guess you can say, because there's quite a bit of Guild War content now. Anything that stood out to you? Yeah.
I like the new Labyrinth a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt like the content update was like they made it less content since you can just auto with the same team. All 5 lanterns now. So they made it less content with updates. I mean, it was a nice change since it's like a chore for the majority of the players. And
That's
like
true.
upgrade rewards were good.
That's true.
I also know MT built like 4 galleons for Labyrinth, and now he only needs 1 of them. Just saying.
Oh.
You still use them in Siege and stuff. They're still pretty good for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they did a revamp on the rewards. So like hard stage, lower drop rate to get 5-star runes. That drop rate change went into getting more grinds and gems. The hell mode, right? No potential chance for 5-star runes, only 6-star runes now, right? And that change went into grinds and gems instead. So that's good quality of life changes in giving us a better chance to get good stuff. And more so for maybe mid-game players, right? Since of course, their standard and rune quality is a little bit lower, more chances to get more things that they can use. And like you guys are saying, since we can auto now, it's better, for us, the endgame players that have the runes and the team comps to do it, as well as it's actually good for some of the earlier players that are getting into it, because that means it's easier, meaning that even if they're manualing, they actually can manual it now, right? But I did hear something about the bosses becoming harder. Is that true, false, or what is the thought process of that? Do you hear anything about that? Some people said it was.
Beforehand,
like the bosses are easier, right?
Well, beforehand, what happened was when you cross the threshold, they would take the towers and attack you, but their attack bar would stay the same where it was. Now it's just they take a free turn.
Oh. Okay. I don't know if that's better or worse.
I mean, for me, it's easier this way, but I don't think it is for everyone. I think it also depends. I haven't fought the hell bosses yet, but if they attack twice, like if you hit 2 thresholds at once, then yeah, I could see that being bad. I can't think of a situation where it's worse to have it in current method than it is prior. But I'll have to look into it. I'll try some weaker teams and see how it looks. Let you guys know.
So it's probably just a standard people getting used to change kind of thing. You know what I mean? Instead of using what they're using before, they might have to adjust a little bit.
So I think so, but like a fair amount of people have said that it's like a bit harder. So I want to like look into it because I'm honestly not sure yet.
Same. That's definitely something of interest. When there's a change that comes out, I mean, Comptuous is obviously trying to make things for the better. So they're not trying to they usually don't make things worse, right? So definitely probably unintentional. So I'm curious to hear about that as well. What about some of the guild changes? You know, one thing that's of interest, right? Because I know some of you guys here don't do guild content. Yeah, there's something new called activity points. Yeah, when you do the guild stuff, you get points. People in your guild can see how many points you have. Yeah, that's noting how active you are in the guild. What are your thoughts?
I didn't know that thing existed. I'm gonna get busted.
I don't know. Yeah.
Where do I find that thing?
This is how to kick your guildies 101. You don't need to spy on them anymore.
Yeah, let me tell you here. Checking in, use an attack in guild battle, win a battle, use a monster in siege battle, win a battle in siege battle, clear easy, normal, hard, and hell for Tartarus Labyrinths. Those are the different variables of obtaining activity points. There's no farming, doing RTA, doing arena wings. Yeah.
But what if the labyrinth's been cleared? Do you still get points?
Well, you get points as you're clearing it throughout the days. So once it's cleared, of course you can't get points, but you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So
I think the way it counts is every time you finish a stage at that difficulty, you get the point value. So even if it's after the lab's been cleared and you're doing free stages, it's still.
Yep. So people can track how you're doing now. You can see yourself compared to the rest of your guild.
All right, thank God I wasn't last. I was only second last in guild activity.
Yeah, so that's something good. I think for the general population, that's nice because they can kind of gauge, you know, active and inactive people and kick them, right? So.
Aren't you in the strongest EU guild, Oblongo?
I'm in the second strongest EU guild.
Is it? What's it called?
Squad 0.
Oh, yeah.
What's the strongest?
It's Aftermath.
AF?
But I guess if you go by RTA, we would be the strongest. But if you go by Siege, it's Aftermath.
All right. Anything else to change for guild? They made a little bit. They did some general improvements, right? You know, now when you're setting your guild conditions, you can set conditions of, you know, what is it? Guild level, prior, labyrinth, guild battle, siege battle, like, you know, rankings, I guess you can say, to invite people in or accept people in or allow people to apply. But overall, it seems like it actually was pretty decent. Yeah, pretty decent of a guild change. You know, they said some guild changes and they actually followed through with it. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Anything else we could suggest to them to change in guild content, since there's so much? Guild Wars, Guild Siege, Labyrinth, right?
Yeah.
So what else can we suggest?
So what I was hoping was that there would be some change to Guild Wars, because I feel like the normal Guild Wars is really stale. And since they made changes to Labyrinth, which already got reworked once, it felt kind of weird. Because Labyrinth already got a lot of work and it's like somewhat new. And then Guild War is still the same.
I see. I heard somebody saying something about like, if you lose a unit in regular Guild Wars, you can't use it again. Was that just a suggestion, or was that actually something implemented? I don't think that was implemented, right?
What? Repeat what you just said.
Like kind of like how Siege, you know, use a unit, or I mean, in Guild Wars where if you use a unit, you can't use it again regardless. Yeah, kind of like Siege. I don't know.
I don't think that was implemented.
Oh, okay. Then I just heard somebody in chat say that, and I got.
That might have just been like a suggestion someone made. I don't think that's a very good suggestion, to be honest.
Yeah, because it doesn't differentiate Guild Wars and Guild Siege. That's why.
Well, but it also makes it a lot harder for early game players. Like early game players just can't do Guild Wars anymore. So like until you have like 15 6-stars, you're probably just not doing Guild Wars at all.
That's true.
I think that would be a terrible addition to the game.
So what can we suggest then for regular Guild Wars then to revamp it? Since that deserves probably the biggest revamp. It's the oldest piece of content that we got there for guild content.
Reward structure would be.
Oh really, Thompson?
awesome.
That's a great suggestion right there. Excellent.
No, sorry, my bad. I had a long day. Burrs is doing the same thing too. Why don't we put him on blast?
I don't know anything about Guild Wars. Siege.
Burrs doesn't do any Guild Wars.
Don't ask me these questions. Giant Dragons, Guild Wars PvE. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do
The only
that.
thing you can
Arena
ask Burrs
World
about,
Arena. That's all
you
I
can
know.
ask about RTA, you can ask about reapps, you can ask about rune packs.
You can ask about
Exactly.
Josephine. You can ask about
Exactly.
Josephine. Yes. You can ask about Josephine. How does it feel?
Hey,
How does it feel?
I saw you summon the Molong today.
Yeah, I did. How does it feel?
Molong
Yeah.
today.
We like burning each other? Oh yeah. All right.
Nope. I'm actually really scared of Molong right now.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Why's
because
that?
like Llama used Molong left and right, and his Molong's like 283 speed.
He never touched it, never changed it.
Like I don't want to mess with it, you know? Like I have to deal with it.
I mean, it only has like 8% chance of actually doing something. So it's
Yeah,
less
but-
than Bioprox.
But honestly, like it's scary because it has no elemental advantage. Like it's like the third move has like no element. Don't care about which element you really are, you know. So it's a good like second pick or first pick, because the second move is like whatever. It just strips whoever it wants.
I mean, that's good. I mean,
All right,
Molong's still
anyway,
good in Guild Wars and Guild
back
content.
to Guild Wars. So
I mean,
sorry.
we can talk about Molong and Guild content. I think he's a lot more viable in Guild Wars and Guild content, for sure. Offensively and defensively. He's still pretty solid in Guild Wars content. Yeah. But yeah, I guess, is there anything else we can change for regular Guild content? You were going to say something, Tyler.
The reward structure. I think the reward structure from and I don't mean like the end of week reward structure. I think the reward structure overall, including or in tandem with the activity points, would be a good idea.
Oh, depending on how much activity points you do, it's an incentive to gain a little something extra as well. That's a good one. That's actually a really, really good suggestion. Coming off of an update, that's really, really nice.
Yeah, and also kind of like revamping the style in which guild points, like the guild conquest points and stuff, are given out. I think a little bit more should be given out, not by too much, maybe like a 10% increase to the system currently, just to help progress early game players a little bit faster. But it would also help people with sustaining guild points to be able to actually make purchases week to week. So like I can buy 2 LDs and 3 scrolls a week, and that's it. And I achievement farm, so I get a lot of GP.
Okay, let me throw. I always throw these random suggestions out here. What if this is a different Guild Wars change though? But what if I threw the suggestion out here, where it was kind of set that you must hit a +3, a +2, and then a +1 or 0. Would that change the dynamic of Guild Wars and make it more competitive? Because people actually have to try and focus a little bit more. Because now you're narrowed down to attacking a certain tower and you can't mess up.
So yes and no. It would be good in some cases because it would enforce like farming rules. But I think another issue that could arise from that is like, what about those wars where you have to hit off of it, right? Like there have been times when I'm in just like taking a couple weeks off, so I'm farming in a weaker guild, and the guild's like, hey, we need you to hit all +3s because like they're just notably harder than everyone else, and if I don't hit 3 greens, we just lose the.
True, but then your guild shouldn't be in that rank then, right? I mean, because
it's
gonna be more difficult.
They could have 2 really okay, but then you'd have to deal with the siege farming problem.
Siege farming problem.
You'd have to deal with people who siege farm, right, and do guild wars in there, because then those people can just bully out people for the same reason, and then it's the same issue. It's just recursive.
That's a pretty big revamp if they did something, but it would be interesting, right? It does have some interesting thoughts to it, right?
I think the idea is good, but you'd have to tick it optional, and you'd have to set flexibility to it.
I see.
Also, the 1, 2, 3 is not based on strength too.
Yeah,
like,
it's based on your arena.
Sometimes are a lot harder than the 3s and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean sometimes, but like, what if that like those people just get G1 every week in arena, and everyone else in their guild is like C1 or right? They're always going to be +3s at the top, and because in lower ranks everyone wants to hit higher points, so they're going to hit all the +3s.
True.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Oh, Verse is gonna say something for guild content. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say something about Siege.
Okay, go ahead.
One of the biggest reasons I do not do Siege, it starts 10 p.m. my time and ends 10 a.m. It is the worst timing for me.
Okay.
I sleep 1 hour after Siege starts, and I'm not gonna do it when I first wake up in the morning.
This sounds like a you problem, okay? So this is not a.
But
This
hey,
is not a.
I'm not the
this
only
is a
one that
you
has
problem.
that time. There are a lot of people that have that time. It's a really bad time.
It's true. It's true. But I mean,
Okay.
it's because you play global, right? I also face the same thing because I play Asia server. But I mean, it's like my own doing, kind of a sense too, right? Because I'm on Asia server. But it does suck. It does suck.
I feel like they should like make Siege a cross-server thing, and then the timing for Siege would rotate as well, like when it's ongoing, so it's fair for all the servers. That would spice it up, because like everyone's just fighting the same guild over and over right now.
Yeah, I like
At
the
least, for,
cross
like,
server idea. That's big. That's really big. Like, and it doesn't have to be. I think they're scared to implement a full cross server thing, but I think if they do a small cross server thing where if you hit a certain rank, right, like top of whatever in the servers, then it will cross server you for that week.
Yeah,
I
that
guess you
would be
could say.
nice.
Yeah, that would be sick, and that would make people go like, "Oh shoot, let's make like some super guilds, man," because we're global server. We don't want to let EU in, and vice versa. That'd be pretty nuts. Or they just take the top one of every week and put it into like something at the end of the week as a bonus siege, right? The top of each server, or the top of the 3 main servers, I guess. Asia. Well, but they can't do that because then they have to be fair with China and Korea server as well, right? Yeah, that's an interesting thought then. Yeah, on how that would work.
If you were to do a cross servers like a cross world siege, you'd probably want it to be like either 24, 36 and have it run with no break.
Yeah, it would have to be like the Legends tournament where it's like at the end of the season, top 4. So it's like end of the week or end of the month. Yeah, the top guild does a battle and they set something up for it or something like that. That'd be very interesting to see. Very, very interesting to see.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next topic. So we just talked about the guild changes and whatnot. I think they were good. Yeah, thank you, Comptuous, for following through. I'm gonna give you some props for it. All right, you said September. You actually released it in September, and it wasn't actually just doo-doo. It was actually some good stuff in there. So solid. Yeah, because my thought, I thought they were gonna do was they were just gonna release something just so that they say they can release something. But looks like they put some thought into it, so that's really nice. All right, topic number 2 here. Yeah, topic number 2 is RTA season is ending October 5th. Yeah, any more suggestions that we can do for the next season? I'm going to push this every single week, man. Yeah, let's keep talking about it. Let's keep ragging them. Let's keep pushing them to make RTA better for whatever reason. So, right, I'm not talking about buffs and nerfs, but I'm talking about just the generalized system to RTA. And how can we improve it?
Okay, so even though this is like a nerf, it would make RTA in general better.
Okay.
So they can just remove Antares. We just need to say that again.
Dude, I've been playing Antares, and I pair Antares up with like Armor Breaker, and I put him on Violent Ruins. Oh, it's so toxic.
Yeah, I had mine on Vio as well for a while.
But he needs to come with the Armor Breaker, and it's super toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Antares is pretty toxic, man.
We've been talking about it every week, though.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have to talk about him every week.
there's
Otherwise,
no way,
it's not
there's
gonna
no
be
way
any.
there's no way to fix him except gut him.
But you get if you get Antares nerfed, then you get the people saying, then how do you take care of the Wind Unicorn, right?
But
Honestly,
it's not
I
a
think
counter
you
to the-
can.
It's not a
work
counter
it.
to Diana. It's a counter to everything.
Yeah,
I
that's the thing.
understand.
It's not only to Diana.
Also
It counters
Diana in
everything.
check
But,
too.
okay,
You know?
but the counter to Diana is the fact that he stops her turn rotation, right? The thing that he counters in everyone else is he does a shit ton of damage, and he's hard to kill.
He does really good against Diana.
Yes, but I'm saying like the reason he does really good against Diana is that he stops the turn, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the most notable part. So like if you did something like you took away the attack buff, he would still be pretty good against Diana, but he wouldn't be nearly as rough to fight against as everyone else. Do you see what I mean? When I say like it's possible to nerf him without taking away his ability to stop.
And like, there's been coming more and more counters to Diana, anyways. Like, Daphnis is really good into Diana, and Fairy King's getting
Wind Monkey
glancing
King.
is something. Yeah, Wind Monkey as well.
Wind Monkey, yeah.
The monkey's great.
Thompson's win.
So I feel like we don't. I mean, Antares, even though he would get nerfed, he would still be okay into Diana. But the problem is that he's good against like everything.
Okay, so
Or
how
he
about
isn't even
this?
good. It's just that 50% of the games he's good.
Yeah. What about
And
this?
that's when
What
he's
if they
allowed to
change his damage? Like they keep everything about him the same, but they change his damage scaling lower. Then is that too bad?
I think it's the way you rune him that makes him like high damage. He gets attack buff, and you can do HP, crit damage, attack. You know, he could be slow. He doesn't need speed.
Maybe no healing then. How about no healing on
Doesn't
S2?
need crit rate. No healing. Yeah, no healing's big.
Yeah, like one of these little changes can make him a lot less impactful. Right now it's because he's just too much, right? I mean, the mechanic of cutting, I actually don't want to get rid of it. I know it's toxic, but I don't want to get rid of it. It's what makes people scared, right? People he can cut,
I like it too.
but he does
Because like
too much
sometimes
more.
just bring it in against like Verd, because Verds are so hard to deal with.
Yeah,
You know, and I don't know how do you guys deal with Verd?
just nuke it.
I do.
Like,
I do
okay, I
Verd.
get it. You can outspeed it and control it, but how else do you guys deal with Verd?
Shihu.
Nuke it. Yeah, you can put
Shihu.
defense break, Shihu, gone. Or so
One
The
year-
thing is, Shiho is really bad against Verd because like let's just say they go Hathor Verd, then your Shiho is fucked, right?
Oh,
Is it?
a lot of the time I've been using Sierra, but I use Revenge Sierra for that reason. Like it's still a 50-50, but they always hit Sierra every single time.
Wait. Oh, okay.
So you get a speed lead advantage to start the match, and then you also have counter. Like you can revenge people for crit.
So
I
bring
think-
Sierra against Verd.
Oftentimes because I need the speed lead. Most people who take Verd take Vanessa as well.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, Antares kind of takes care of the Verd problem as well. You know,
Having
but
the
I think
bomb up there
Verd-
though like, stops the violent proc, which is the really big issue for me. It's not that Verd takes a turn that's an issue. It's when Verd violent procs, it's really really hard to come back.
mm-hmm.
So I mean it's the same thing with Diana, right? You have Sierra, you throw the bomb there, you leave it there. You don't have to blow it up. You
I'm
just
not
let
saying
it-
not to nerf Antares. I'm just saying Antares does take care of a lot of problems as well.
True.
Yeah, but I think those problems should also be nerfed. Like Verd definitely needs
yeah.
nerfed.
Like
So-
Verd and Diana, yeah.
Like
True.
Verd is also on the list, but it's not above Antares on the list. That's just my opinion.
Do you think Hathor needs a nerf more than Antares?
No.
I think they need it equally,
yes.
but for different reasons.
I would. But like Hathor doesn't make RTA
I just want to make it clear.
as bad.
Hathor is more broken than Verd or Antares. I just want to make it clear. Like, don't get it twisted. But you guys feel
I mean,
like
broken as in strong, but Antares is still more broken in another way. If that
Okay,
makes
well,
sense.
define what you mean by broken then, because that's a very arbitrary statement to make. You can't just claim it's more broken and then not explain what you mean when you say broken.
broken, like if you don't pick it, you have a 80% chance of losing.
Okay, and what do you mean when you say broken, Obaba? Like, why does it more broken?
And like if you don't pick it, if you do pick it, they have to pick Ganymede almost. Because once they get the Ganymede Hathor combo, it's like you're done for. Right? So the whole meta is kind of like Ganymede Hathor, speed lead, Ganymede Hathor, speed lead.
Right.
Yeah, like broken has a lot of different definitions. So it could just be that the unit is too strong, or like in the fact that Antares, like he goes against too many game mechanics and everything. Like he's breaking too many laws of physics in an RTA match.
Antares also deals really good against another unit like QB. I don't know. It's not that popular, but yeah. Not QB, the Cube Stuff. Is it Cube Stuff? Amdua.
Oh, Amdot, yeah.
Amdot,
Yeah, Amdot
okay.
too.
I was
Yeah.
like, QB, goddamn, are we doing Guild Wars? What?
I mean Dark QB. Yeah, sorry.
Dark QB.
So, okay, so
And, another thing Antares does is some people like just don't have the speed runes and they get bullied around, and like they'll have to pick monsters like Revenge Verd, Antares, and Triana, and they're less likely of getting bullied. But how do you let like what if someone just like
I mean,
big well them and just go like
that's-
300 swift set?
I mean, I think it's right that
four
it gives-
monsters on 300 speed.
I think it's right to give them the chance. You know what I mean? To have these units so they have a chance. But yeah, it's a little bit too much. Like we had like this fun RTA. I just had a meet and greet at TwitchCon, right? And Making a One was doing RTAs against people. So I was like, all right, I'm a queue with Making a One. I just chose all the toxic stuff. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately things didn't land and things missed. Yeah, like just chose like the Josephine, the Abduit, the Antares, yeah, and it actually gave me a chance. There was
It gave
many
you a chance,
moments that
exactly.
was chances of winning. Yeah, and actually
He
winning.
picked
You
Leo.
cannot just like
Yeah.
flashes like 400 speed units at
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
350 speed Triton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I still lost though because I didn't land anything. Like legit nothing landed. But I mean,
Yeah.
it gives you a chance, right? Those chance
Mhm.
units, I think, is what makes it fun as well. But I think the biggest issue is definitely now that you're talking about every week. I don't know if you're biased to me, but yeah, Antares is a really big issue because I'm seeing it more and more that he just deals with too much stuff. He deals with too much stuff, and he does too much. He does too
it
much.
just has too high of potential.
Yes.
It's the same thing with old Molong skill too, right? The potential to do an insane amount is there. I have a proposed change. I actually have a proposed change, and
Okay.
I've made this proposed change for other mechanics in the game. I actually made this proposed change for violent procs a long time ago, and a lot of people disagreed with me, and they didn't think it was good enough. They thought I nerfed the idea of violent too much. I think instead of the additional turn, you should just gain 100% attack bar. Like in general, like if you violent proc, you get 100% attack bar because you can cut 100% attack bar and you can move before it.
Okay, so this is a nerf though because it's not going to cut into certain mechanics, right?
But
Like, it's not going to cut into.
But right now, I'm talking very specifically about Antares passive, and you can also add a caveat to the passive that says stops enemy turn. So like you can still stop Diana, right? Like, if you cut and you gain the attack bar, their turn ends.
What if he
I
doesn't
feel like that's
cut
too
the
big of a
Diana
nerf.
though? Would you still be good if it didn't cut the Diana though? Just being able to get all those turns all the time. I think that still deals with a lot of units, right? Don't change your attack bar to 100%. Give you 100% attack bar. It's different, right? Because if you get 100% from where you're at, that means you're most likely going to be the next one to move, right? So if they do
but then
that,
it's
Though,
almost
like there's
this-
not one monster that won't be good with Antares passive. Imagine like Ganymede has Antares passive, right? You put Antares passive on any unit in the game, it's broken.
you can put it on Leica, and I think the Leica would be picked
actually, I
all the
think
time.
when Ganymede
Mario
would be
Group
worse
just
with the
subscribed.
Ganymede would be
for
worse. No,
almost
you put it on
2
anybody,
years.
it'll be worse. Yeah. Imagine like an
I
Iris.
like Antares the way it is, because if you guys played with Antares like 10 games in a row, you'd win 50%, but the other 50%, that Antares will not proc. It's completely RNG. Like he can win you games sometimes, but at the same time he can lose you a lot of games if you're depending on him. So I see Antares. He's toxic. He's very, very one of the most toxic units, but he's still okay. You can deal
But
with him.
he's reached a point where he's strong enough to be a second, third pick in tons of matches. Tons of people second, third pick him over things that are considered to be way stronger. That just aren't.
Confirm. Verse first picks Antares. That's why he doesn't have problems with it. He always has it.
Like-
No, Verse has a Shiho, right?
Yeah,
attack.
he likes Shio against it.
Yeah.
All right, this is the nerf.
I'm a huge
Guaranteed this
Antares
nerf right now.
advocate.
If I say this nerf, guarantee you all agree. The nerf is in the passive, you cannot pick Antares 4th and 5th slot. There you go. Yeah, that's actually not bad of a nerf. That's
Jesus
actually
Christ.
if you can't pick
Yeah,
them
let
4th
them
and
be
5th
ready for
slot.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's actually not as crazy anymore. Oh man. Any other units?
I'm a
then?
big Antares advocate. I've used Antares for like ever since Flaw built it. I've used
Right.
it since like those days, and it worked. It worked against people who used Diana. It worked against people who used Bird, like when those units first came out. But like as someone who's used it for that long, I've come to realize it is actually way too strong right now, because the way it used to proc in the past is so different than the way it procs now.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
Like you can't really like fully CC one. And I tried Ganny Hathoring one the other day, Ganny Hathor Bird. Still didn't work. Had attack break on him, had glancing on him. No, it doesn't matter. He just shits on every.
Okay, this is a
It's
real
the
situation.
attack
It's also
buff.
weird.
I honestly think the issue is just the attack buff. You drop the attack buff and the damage is reasonable. As the damage scales throughout the match, it's reasonable. It balances it in the sense that what you need to do now is you need to actually run attack stats on your Antares. Because right now, you don't need any attack stats on Antares. You just run full tank and will. That's all you need.
We're gonna see Obabo.
I just want like some change for him because it's not even that he's too strong right now. It's just that he's a big question mark every time you see him in a draft. Because he doesn't add anything to the draft almost. But then he can also add everything to the draft. Like that's why he's broken.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't know
it's
what's
just a
gonna
question mark.
happen.
Yeah. So what if we make it a little bit more predictable, where we have a change where, you know how he gains that turn, right? We keep the passive the same. He can gain that turn, you know, at any moment, and it stacks, and then he can get that turn. But after he gets a turn, that passive cannot reactivate until he has a natural turn. Would that make it better? Because then people would now be forced to rune it on some more speed instead of like 50 speed, and it would be
easy to
predictable
control.
as well. Because you could be like,
Too
okay,
easy
he
to
can't
control.
proc right now. I'm good. I can do whatever I want. And then, oh, he got a natural turn. Okay, now I got to be a little bit more careful. So it's every
Yeah, that's
other.
not bad.
What do you think about that?
I like the idea, but I think it has to be in a different way. I think you could do something like
Okay.
if he. It's hard because
Well, throw it out
I
there,
think it
even if
would
it's
be
bad.
really bad if he would get that change. Like
think-
Antares wouldn't be good.
He wouldn't be good, you think?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because we always tread the line of balancing units without gutting them because I like the unit. I mean, I like that fun kind of mechanic. It's just a little bit too much sometimes. It's just
Antares is one of those units Comptos try to come out with to let like free to play players compete in RTA. Like Lauren, Ager, and
Ferd,
Triana, stuff like that.
Fran.
Exactly. So it's hard to really nerf these type of units too much when. Yeah.
Dude, if your runes were okay, how far do you think you can get an RTA with just those units? Yeah, Ager, Fran, Verd,
Pretty far.
Antares, Triana,
G2.
Gotto. I feel like if you did,
How good are your runes?
I don't
in
know.
this
Somebody here, okay, shout out. Whoever does this, okay, I'm gonna give you props. Next season RTA, only use those units. No Nat 5s. Right? Maybe it's one of the G2, G3 players. I challenge you. I'm actually curious to see how far you can make it.
Do you remember at America's Cup when we met who was it? It was the Brazilian streamer that we were hanging with. He has a ragdoll, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't use it, right?
No, he didn't use it. He played the whole season with only an F-Force. He's G2.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Doracel, that's what it was. It was Doracel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he did it. His runes are better than mine. He very easily got G2.
Yeah, that's so crazy that you can do it with. That's actually like no Nat 5s. You can actually do it with not even a single Nat 5. That's actually ridiculous. That you could probably do something like that, which I think is good, right? That's what we asked. We asked for a while ago. I mean, flashback 6 months, we were asking for that, right? I mean, it's just too pay to win heavy. It felt like so having more options than that was better.
So something I want to mention, and we do this a lot when we talk about like buffs and nerfs. I feel like we want to. Oftentimes, the suggestions for unit changes are really, really drastic, and I think that it's very rare that anyone says we should just tone down the damage or we should tone down this small aspect. It's always like this mechanic should be adjusted completely. It should be completely changed. This is like exactly when we talked about Diana. Remember, everyone's like Diana's issue is that she does way too much. And I suggested, okay, what if we lower the damage on Diana? And everyone said, well, it doesn't matter. Diana does too much. But we came down to the issue that the reason we felt Diana was too strong was because every turn she takes was too impactful. So that's why I don't understand why my suggestion to remove the attack buff keeps getting dismissed. Like the issue with Antares is he does too much damage. Every turn he gets.
No, that's actually a pretty good.
Yeah, it's a simple one.
Do you think taking out the attack buff is more important or the crit rate?
Well, the crit rate, yes, but I think that kind of makes him extremely difficult to rune. I think taking the attack buff away is more fair because then you can still use him as a non-endgame player.
Yeah, but I think the issue with Diana is it's just the way that Violent functions on her.
Yeah, we've been through that one as well. Did you guys still feel like she's as big of an issue as she was when we were talking about her more? She seems a little bit less.
She's still a big issue. Like every time she transforms, my heart is like, oh, like I just like hope it doesn't proc on.
You mean transform from human back to unicorn, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Personally, I don't think she's that big of an issue right now, because you don't actually pick her in the like second round anymore.
No, yeah.
Like, she's saved as a counter pick now. She's only a counter pick.
First pick her and second pick Antares.
Yeah, I mean, there's people who do that, but those.
Every time.
Who does that?
Everybody.
Wow.
G3 player who did that. He picked Diana, Antares, Josephine, Ragdoll, and
I think it's like Gani Hathor speed lead, right? That's the meta, or am I incorrect?
Unless you're playing turn 2. If you're playing
meta
like
is
the other
Gemini.
Ragdoll teams, then you can do that shit.
Wait, do you see a lot of Gani Hathor still picked? I feel like it's Hathor and they're fighting for like Vanessa and like Lauren and Verd a little bit more.
Yeah, speed lead too.
Yeah.
It's Gani with their speed lead. Those are the top units for early picks. People break it up all the time. I pick Hathor, someone picks Gani, Vanessa, Gani, right? Someone picks Gani first, I pick Sierra Hathor, Vanessa Hathor.
I just first pick Gani all the time now. Since I have him.
Gani meat's so good.
Oh, you have him now. That's right. Feels good, man. All right, any more? I changed the topic, by the way. I changed it to weekly buffs and nerfs. So any other units of interest? Like, it may be something that we haven't really talked or brushed up too much on lately. I mean, we talked about last week. We talked about a little bit about Lauren and whatnot. Anything else? Any other units that
what's it called?
Changed?
Dark Ninja, I think.
Han, it's Han.
Yeah, Han.
Do you have one, sir? I was just curious. Asking for a friend.
I think it might have.
He only has a Negon.
What
do you think, Verse?
Yeah, what do you think?
Does Han need a nerf or a buff?
What was that question to? Me?
You.
I'd have to say buff him. Buff him for a bobble. Buff him for a bobble.
That's not a good enough reason. They're listening, dude. You have to give a real
We
reason.
don't know a real reason. I'd be curious to see if you think that Han actually deserves a buff, and if so, what would it?
I really haven't seen him much. I've seen 2 people play with him. There's some guy that cleaves with him that uses Han and that Dark Dover.
Dark
Bearing.
Dover.
He does a lot of
the
damage.
stripper.
Yeah, he does
If
a
they buff
lot of
Han,
damage, but
yeah.
that's it. It's only
Burying
that-
Han, Gianna. Oh my God! It's like a
Frigate.
dream
I mean,
team,
if you
right?
could slide in Frigate if you need that booster as well in there if they have it.
It is an LD Nat 5, so maybe give him something extra. But I don't even know. I don't understand how his third skill works. He takes attack bar or just gets a built-in
So,
violent or something.
When you crit, you get 30% attack bar per crit. You hit 3 times.
That's dumb. It should be 35. You should get a turn. You should get a full turn.
Well,
Why should
okay,
they cut
I-
you
I
at
think
90?
I think the logic for that is because you have speed lead choice and you have 108 base. So getting that extra like attack bar is not super unrealistic. That way you're not guaranteed a second turn on first turn.
I think you should be. Okay, there you go. Give him 10%
Yeah,
more
give
attack
him-
gauge. We're done.
Give him 35%.
There you go.
That's
That's
so boring. That's a boring change.
Huh? Hey, beggars can't be choosers, all right? You take what we give you, bro. All right, you get 10% attack gauge. That's all you get, Obabo.
I think
I
if his
just want to
skill
say,
three is
Obabo, I think
something-
Manananan is as bad as Han.
I think
No, he's not as bad.
Han's
Yeah, I
better.
could
I think
see
Han's
that as
better.
well.
Really? I think.
But I mean, Manana still has strip and reset, so there's some functionality.
Yeah, sure.
Instead of,
Strip and
his
reset. You
damage.
should have to remember his very close cousin is fucking Oki, all right? Strip and reset my ass.
My
I don't know
Oki's
how
actually
that
been
works.
really good now.
Any other
I
units
think-
out there?
I think if
But
you
I
want
think
a Han buff, you should
Han
give
buff,
him speed scaling on skill 3. Slight
what?
speed.
yeah, that would actually be nice too. But I think just make the last hit of the skill 3 give ATB to everyone. Please just do that.
Jesus,
Fuck
dude.
no. Fuck no.
Jesus,
That's
man.
way too much.
I have
Let
an
it
idea
happen.
for
No,
a
it's
Manananan buff.
Wedget
That
is
would be
still
really
way
fun.
stronger than. I said it last time.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, Wunsa, what they just did to Wunsa, Wunsa just is still like stronger than it sounds like than what Han does, even if he gets attack gauge, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think that'll happen. I don't think
I
that'll happen.
have a Manananan buff that I think will be really fun.
Okay, what would it be?
I talked about this with Silent too. Would it be cool if whenever Manananan attacks, the passive is it attacks 0 to 3 random units?
What? Say
Like-
again. Say it.
Whenever he attacks,
Yeah?
his attacks multiplies 1 to 2 or 1 to 3.
Almost sounds like
I
dual
think it would be
attack.
cooler to see if it's like damage split a little bit.
Like
he's
if he
like
attacks one unit, he has a chance to hit any 4 units randomly once or twice.
Dude,
You know,
that thing is gonna hurt though, dude. But that hits really hard, man.
it's just fun. It still won't be good, but it'll be fun.
It would actually
Okay,
be pretty good, I
but
think.
if you do that, it'd be like a split shot setup where he has to do reduced damage based on how many units he hits, right?
Yeah.
I think it's cooler to have him like cleave every time he attacks. So if you hit a unit in the middle, he's gonna deal like 40% damage to the.
Oh, like adjacent
to,
target.
adjacent ones.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds cool too.
That's not a mechanic we've seen yet. Adjacent target mechanic.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly.
A really hard mechanic to
Nice.
play around because then pick order is very important.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, too bad, dude. Yeah.
Too bad.
I mean, that's next
I
level,
mean, at
right?
worst,
You
it's
get-
still gonna cleave on one side. And maybe if you only cleave on one side, it's gonna deal increased damage instead of cleaving on 2 sides.
I actually think a
That's also-
Manananan buff is closer than a ninja buff because every patch they buff a Sea Emperor, like the wind one, the water one, the light one.
Hmm.
A dark one is coming. I'm telling you, it's imminent.
All right, I'm sure some people will be happy. You know, obviously people that have it. Thompson. Any other units? Any other units out there? And like regular
there's, like,
units. Let's talk about some of the regular units. Anything?
Light,
Yeah,
Lightning
non-LD
Emperor.
units.
There's the Dark Phoenix.
Okay, units that are not LD.
Oh,
Units
okay,
that
okay.
we can actually obtain.
Yes.
Teor.
Oh, Teor's a good one.
Yes.
Teor's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would they need to change Teor? He just fell off. He didn't even become bad. He
AOE
just
He
fell
never
off.
was good.
AOE
He never was
freeze
used.
on skill 3.
AOE
on
freeze.
skill
All
3.
right, so he's a damage dealing Varad, basically.
Or
No,
Sigmar.
no, I was just memeing. He's basically Sigmaris in that case.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
It was a joke.
With way better base stats in my opinion.
Way better.
The HP
Yeah,
on
but the
Sigmaris
scaling,
just
the
feels bad.
scalings are really good on Sigmaris.
Yeah, HP scaling, right? if I remember.
And yeah, double enemy max HP scaling is really strong.
Yeah, I guess. But then you're paired up with like fucking negative 5,000 HP base.
Yeah.
Do you think all
Yeah.
the chimeras just need a rework in their awakening?
Yeah,
No,
I think
I think Legmarin's a god right now.
Yeah,
I think
like,
Legmarin's pretty
speed,
good. Legmarin gets speed, man.
no,
Legmarin's actually
Lagmon is
viable.
pretty bad.
Really?
Like, I use
Let's talk
Legmarin
about
a
this.
lot,
Let's
but
talk
I
about
think
this.
he's
I
bad.
saw some player in EU use Legmarin. Let me hear more about it. Let me hear more about it. Let's hear about Legmarin.
Wait, do you mean in SWC?
Yeah, I'm talking about SWC.
Okay, that wasn't actually Lagmarin's fault. That was just my succubus and my Daphnis failing.
All right, but I'm just saying
Oh.
you used it before. So let me hear
Yeah, but
about
thing
your
is,
thoughts on it.
The reason that I
by
say
the
that
way, your
Lagmarin
Daphnis had 70% crit rate and it missed a crit.
74. Yeah, that was the last game.
God, man, that rip. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I had to
I missed 2 crits
go out
of
and scream
98
after that.
yesterday. 2 crits in a row, 98% I missed yesterday. I was so mad.
98?
Dang.
Yes.
So what happens?
So yeah,
Yeah,
tell us
so-
about Legmarin. Your thoughts.
The reason why I said that Lagmar is bad is not because he's a bad unit, but right now he's outshined by Shimite. After Shimite's buff, Shimite is a god.
I talked about
Like,
Shimite
I-
before.
God.
I built him 2 days ago, I think, and I've been using him in like 30 of my wings, 30 out of 60.
Some guy
And
Gemini
he's
Shimite
way
me,
better.
and the Shimite one-shot my whole team.
Shimite
Yeah,
is a
I'm running
god.
Gemini Shimite.
Can we rewind to the other
Actually
podcast, please?
really strong.
Why? Can we rewind to the podcast when I'm talking about it? I'm literally sitting here like, guys, I think this might be good. It has a speed lead. It's really good. Yeah, everybody's like, shut up, you washed up player. Yeah, he's shit. Yeah, and then everybody just dismissed it. All of a sudden, Shimite's good again. Oh, is it now? All right, let's talk about Shimite then. Great. I'm glad that 3 months later we can talk about it. Okay, Shimite. Yeah, tell
Guys,
me
I'm
more.
glad we figured out on the podcast that
So
Shimite is
salty, dude.
good. It's too bad Brian didn't help us figure that one out.
I'm so salty, dude. I'm so salty, dude. But yeah, I've actually seen some
I mean-
people picking and whatnot a little bit more lately.
I know that I was talking to Taki a lot as well when that patch came, and we were both really hyped for Shimite. But I still don't think anyone really used it. So the
I
way
think
that I
the
have him set
YouTubers use
set
it.
up is that he moves behind Gemini, but he still moves before Ganymede. So he acts like a stripper and also a AoE damage dealer if they let through Gemini.
He hits really
So he's
hard,
like
dude.
very functional since he also brings speed lead. So he brings so much, but
I
also
faced
being like
at
a
least
damage.
5 a day out of 30 wings. At least 5 Shimites a day with those Japanese cleaves. That's one of their top picks right now.
That
Shimite is
AoE
beautiful.
hurts, dude. Is it just me or
Yeah.
it hurts, dude? Freaking
It really hurts.
Yeah, it does.
It's really good.
Hmm.
Okay, can we talk about the chimeras? Because I know we started that, and I actually want to
Yeah.
talk about.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so you said the awakenings. I think two of the five awakenings are good. I think that
Lagmaron.
like Marin's is really good,
Hmm.
and I think that Sean's is very fair.
Okay.
Tayor's is good, but Tayor is not a good unit anymore. So I don't know whether to say the awakening is still good. I guess it is technically because it's still 15 crit. Zeratu and Rakan have terrible awakenings because they just don't make sense.
What
Honestly, I feel like a
Both
good
of them
change
are
to all,
resistance.
a really good change to all chimeras would be to just increase their base speed by 5 across the board. That would solve a lot of problems.
Gotta buff
Whoa,
Zeratu more.
Lagmaron would be like,
he's been buffing
I mean-
Langron, dude. He's like, I need 5
Also-
more speed.
Yeah, like it would be a buff to Langmon, but it doesn't really. I mean, it matters.
Also Rakan's is accuracy, sorry, not resistance.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
that's
it would
pretty
help
bad.
Tayor a lot. It would help Sean a lot as well. Because Sean is in a weird spot. Like his kit is really strong, but his base speed makes it really hard to use him the way you want him to.
I actually want them to take Sean away from attack type. I think that would make him really, really strong.
I actually
think,
want to see Teo and Rakan brought back. They just fell off, man. They were great units and people used it quite a bit before and they had a lot more purpose and they kind of just fell off. Just how Kumar fell off back in the day. Yeah, the Kumar's a little bit more viable. They changed him. So I think Teo and Rakan definitely deserve a little something. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but they deserve a something. It doesn't even have to be awakening. It's just something. Some kind of change,
Like-
man.
Tayor
what
was
do
the
you think of
best
this?
Chimera when I started.
Yeah, that was my second nat 5. Was Tayor. So good.
Nice.
All right.
Okay,
Is this
so-
too OP? When Rakan uses his third skill, right? When he uses the third skill, actually uses it, not from the revenge or whatever, but actually uses it, is AOE provoke as well.
I like that.
That's actually not a bad
Ooh,
choice.
That's actually a nice one.
Yep,
That's pretty cool.
that's actually not
I'm
bad,
okay with
and
that.
that fits with his mechanic. I was just thinking about that. Since a lot of the units have been kind of falling in that, I think that would be pretty good. Yep.
That
That's
gives a
like
lot
almost
of
the same
skill
that
viability.
I thought for the dark unicorn.
Right.
They might have
Like, if
to
you change one
nerf
of her effects.
damage scaling on collapse a little bit.
Well, he
That thing
doesn't.
hits
He
them,
won't
it hurts
attack
them.
the. He won't attack everyone, right? It'll
No, it
just
wouldn't attack everyone.
Yeah, it's gonna
provoke
attack
everyone.
one, and it's gonna do the provoke.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or
I
option
think
number
that's
2.
fine because they nerfed the collapse damage already, so that should be okay.
Yeah. Or option number 2, right? Incorporate threat state for him because that's a new mechanic that wasn't released when he was out. Give him threat state when he uses collapse. That's
Don't
another
give him
option.
threat state until they change the way threat state works.
Why? I see.
Because
I see a very
everyone who
predominant G3
fights,
player
everyone who
using
fights
it.
for con just strips it anyways. Like anyone who fights for con would just strip it anyways. It would just go away.
Well, you only be able to strip it with a unit that's not currently provoked that he attacked. Right? And of course, I mean, this might not be crazy in RTAs, but maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe just more viable in like Guild Wars and Guild Siege, right? Potentially bringing it into there and then maybe being picked into RTA as well is overall usage. But those are 2 options I think that would be really, really good.
I came back in time to hear that really smart idea. I like the provoke, AoE provoke. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'll be more valuable in Guild War defense and stuff like that.
You could also use him in RTA better. It's a
I
possibility.
probably wouldn't use it in RTA still, but at least in Guild War defense, it'll be really good.
Provoke and threat state. All right, I need you to relax. Okay, calm down now. Calm down. It's a little bit too much, bro.
Yeah,
Really like that idea.
there's some cool ideas we got here going. What I want to do with Sean is actually I want to change his base stats. I want to change him away from an
So,
attack type. 'cause I think
We're
he'd be
done
better.
with Tayor, right? Because I thought we're not talking about LND 95s. Is Tayor too far gone? Like, there's no, there's no saving that
what
monster.
can Terry
That's
do?
no man's land, dude. It's no man's land.
Okay.
What can Terry
I
do?
mean, they buffed Tyron, and Tyron's decent.
So the thing is with Tayor, like right now it's just bad water version of Lagmaron, pretty much. So I feel like I would really like to see a Squall Chimera with a passive. But what that passive would be, I don't know.
Okay. This is a passive I want to see. Maybe it can be for Terra, maybe it can be for somebody else, right? I want more passives like Celia. Doesn't have to strip though. Yeah, but when it's on the battlefield, you know, you have a chance to freeze the team at a low rate. Yeah, when you take a turn or something like that.
Maybe when it's on the battlefield, it could slow like 3 random units every turn.
Okay, maybe 3 is a little bit too much, but okay.
I don't know. All
But it doesn't
attacks.
deal damage or freeze. Freeze is worse. They don't get to move.
Wait, actually, Tayor has
true.
cleave mechanic. Right?
He has what? Yeah, he has a freeze mechanic, but something where it's like
No,
innate.
cleave.
Oh,
Like,
cleave. Like
we're
skill
talking
2?
about Mananan. Yeah, he has it on the skill 3. Like where it hits the adjacent ally enemies, right?
Well, his skill 3 hits everyone.
Yeah,
Skill
it
3
already hits
hits-
everybody.
It's a split damage.
Oh, it
though.
hits
It's
everyone?
It's 660
So
on
freeze is
main
one
and
unit,
330 on the others.
It's a
It hits
main
one
and
and
okay.
splits
sides.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you freeze
I thought it
one
was only
target
on-
and you hit the other ones,
3 max.
and slow debuff.
There's just so much like water units like that. There's like the Poseidon, the Sigmaris, and the Tyron, Varad. They all kind of like freeze slow. You
Yeah,
know?
that's a good question. What's the difference with freeze and stun, dude? It's just the appearance, yeah? Really doesn't do crap.
No, they're exactly the same.
So they should stack something upon that. If something's
I mean, they're not
freezes, do
exactly
something.
the same, I guess. Because you can freeze and stun a target at the same time. So if you like have
Well,
a
okay,
meter or
sorry.
something.
For actual crowd control purpose and debuff purpose, they're exactly the same.
Oh, true.
The
If
only
it's freeze and
difference is
stun, it might stack with some
you
kind of
can
other
use
effect. That's
both.
true.
Yeah.
for
That's true.
debuff scaling. That's the only difference is you can do the debuff scaling.
No cover. Okay.
Hi, Molly.
How do you? They know.
Bye,
They
Molly.
can't see you.
I
Though.
have a question about the dryads. I have like 25 of them in storage, and I have not built a single one of them.
You have the
Are
light one?
any of them good?
Build the dark one. It's pretty fun.
Dark one is insane.
Yeah, I've
Actually.
seen the dark one. People use that.
The light one is not very good, but I still built it and it's fun.
Yeah, Dryad, water one, needs to do something else and have more chances of doing Oblivion, man. We still have not really obtained Oblivion units. You realize that, right? They give us a Dryad and we're like, oh, yay! And then we're like, oh, but the activation rate and then the skill 3 and then how long does it take to... Yeah, we don't really have Oblivion.
I know that Dryads have been used as Gianna counters. Because they're like even better than Vela for Gianna counters almost. Because like the honey bee friends,
Hmm.
you can just return the bomb to someone on the enemy team and all the stuns. And you cleanse your whole team.
True. But, fun fact, the bomb is based upon the attack of your Dryad. So,
Yeah, it is.
next level, yeah? Build a Dryad
The
with
fatal
attack.
Dryad.
Interesting, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, people don't think about that. That honeybee friends is actually a really interesting mechanic, man. Being able to cleanse
Okay,
and put it onto one
But
target.
the honeybee friends
Yeah.
misses a lot.
Oh, does it?
So-
I never tried it.
You-
Oh man, wait, that's
You'll
actually a
build
good idea.
accuracy on it.
Because I was a big advocate for the light one, the Valeria.
Yeah, I saw you
Used
use
a
it
lot.
in like 2 years ago, right? For the LLA Cup. What were you gonna say, Obama?
So the thing is, I don't want to like expose Thompson too hard, but like if you look at the water dryad,
Mhm.
she has like the cleanse skill, and like okay, I don't know if I should say it. It feels it actually sounds pretty good. I might have to
No,
do
you
that.
can say it. It's okay.
So like if you're fighting John and other LD passive units, she has Oblivion and the ATB reduce, and she also counters Gianna in a way.
You can
With the
cleanse throw the
cleanse.
bomb. That's what it's
Returning
for.
bomb.
You just throw it back.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's actually very interesting. Yeah, her skill 2. I mean, we kind of like. I feel like a lot of people shied on that skill 2 for the Dryad. Yep. So maybe we'll see more usage of it in the future. Yeah, that'd be quite interesting to see. Maybe in some high level content. Stop laughing, Thompson. All right, that was such an easy bait. All right, next thing, next unit. Next unit.
Next
Anything else?
unit,
Oh, we can actually go to a different topic instead. Actually.
2As. There should be coming 2A soon, right? New.
Oh yeah, second awakened units. I didn't put that in the topic, but let's go to topic number 5. Yeah, kind of open discussion, but yeah, it fits right fine. 2A units. What do you want to see? I say Hellhounds and Bearman. That's what I want to see.
I
Wait,
like it.
wait, how many do you think we're gonna get?
4. Again.
Think we're gonna get 4?
2 or 4.
Wait. 2 because it's a new world, right? Each world is 2. It's gonna be 2.
That's
It's
why
gonna
I'm
be 2.
thinking we're only gonna get 2.
Yeah, it's only gonna get 2. That's fair. Yeah, chat says it as well. 2.
I want bounty hunters. Bounty
Yes,
hunters.
also.
2A.
Oh yeah.
Wait, it's actually, you know what? It's gonna be bounty hunters. You know why? Because YDCB has been playing too much Epic 7, and we all know YDCB loves bounty hunters. So they're gonna make it bounty hunters. So YDCB plays Summoners War again. Confirmed.
Yeah, that's what it
That's
did,
why they made it
calling now.
Rauk. That's why they did Rauk.
True.
Oh my.
True.
Oh, we figured it out.
Mind
We figured it
blown.
out. Okay, Brian, what's
Yeah.
your favorite unit right now? 2-star, 3-star.
Why does it matter? They don't care. I'm gonna play this game anyway.
Then when you walk away, you can influence the game.
Ooh, Dongers. Yeah, but it's a 4-star, so I don't know if that's gonna work. Dongers, baby. Yeah, let me get that Fire Talus. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Molong. All right, you guys need to relax. But yeah, what units do you want to see? It's very interesting to see. So I think honestly, I think it's gonna be Hellhounds and Bearmen. And because Amen used to be used a lot back in the day, as well as Seek and Tark, I mean Tark's still kind of used now too, but they were used a lot back in the day. And it's gonna be very interesting to see their elemental counterparts being buffed as well. Shumar and the Light Hellhound and some of the other Bearmen as well, which have literally had no purpose in the entirety of the game at all since like beginning. So,
I kind of like high elements.
ooh, tectonic shift to like what, earthquake? God damn.
Also,
I remember when I was I really liked the Grim Reapers as well because like they helped with TOA and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, maybe a little buff. Like people could use them for TOA clearing.
Kali 2A. That would
Dude,
be insane.
I don't know, but the problem with high
Yeah, that
elementals
would be
getting 2A
insane.
is there's too many of them with tectonic shift. There's 3 of them with tectonic shift. How you
Oh,
gonna buff
Tectonics
that?
are so good.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah. Like there would be triple high element
The
cleaving.
crazy
No,
part
dude.
about that is that Tectonic Shift is already good, even with their questionable base
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah, it's weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good for a 3-star
It-
unit.
It's just like a broken mechanic, you know.
Yeah.
Kali has like one of the better sets in the game almost.
Yeah, Kali's set
Like
is really
skill
good.
set.
That's why people use it to cleave sometimes, right? They build it with their comps.
Yeah.
Because it's so good.
Yeah.
It's actually so good.
Yeah, what's up,
Alright.
boys?
Oh, some people said Garudas. That'd be interesting, right? Bring back
Hear me out,
Taeon.
you ready?
Yeah.
You
right.
ready,
Yeah,
Brian?
what's up, window?
They're gonna nerf Lauren, and then they're gonna give her a 2A.
No, they're not gonna do that. It's too new of a unit. They're not gonna do that. And please don't nerf Lauren, okay? I just figured out how to use her, okay? Yeah, thanks to Verse. Yeah, but yeah, I just learned how to use her, so I just, let's just like leave things that I know how to do alone. All right, let's touch other things, okay?
I want the second awakened basalt. That would be so much fun to use.
Ooh.
Second awakened basalt.
What does the S3 do
I
again?
like basalt.
AoE attack bar reduction,
Attack bar reduction.
Yeah, attack bar reduction.
skill 2
It'd be
heal
so
with
good
defense
for
buff.
this meta, man. On a defense buff and a heal and a first skill provoke. It'd be so much fun second awakened.
True. I could see them doing that actually. Yeah, but they probably won't give it any
didn't touch
crazy
it.
second awaken. They probably will do like increase heal or increase amount of defense turns, like 3 turns, or increase provoke to 2 turns or something like that on this one. That's probably what they would do, something along those lines.
I
Which-
want to see
we can move
Drunken
on.
Masters 2-8.
Ooh, I have all of them 6-star.
I know you. I know you do. That's why I want to see it because I know you'll let me try it.
Yeah, I have all the martial artists 6-star too. So I'm ready, dude. Let's just. pop it
I'd
open.
also be okay with martial cats. Martial cats would be cool
I don't have
too.
any of those made. No.
I
You
would
can't
say
get
start
Tian
every.
Liang, but you could get Tian Qing.
Huh?
They're the light drunken master. It's called like Tian something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tien Kin or something like that. It's a Q.
I
It's
have-
Q
Tian
I
Qing
E
or
N.
something.
Yeah.
I have been
Kin.
bopped by a light drunken master in RTA. There's a G3 player who just like destroyed me with.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He's JP cleaved me and his last pick was that. I was like, wait a minute. Just one shot everything.
I think you just need to get good, dude. That's not common.
I
Not at all.
I do. I do.
I mean,
His,
S1 hurts.
uh,
They changed S1 to ignore a defense, right, or something like that. It's good.
His non-speed lead Bastet was over 225 or 325. It outsped my Sierra Hathor. I was very sad.
I mean, the Drunken Master kits are pretty nice. They're pretty nice. Anti-crit with heals, right? They do decent damage. All of them could potentially get proc skill 1. Their skill 3s all have different things, right? Defense break and whatnot. So it's actually pretty viable. I actually suggest a lot of people to build the Win Drunken Master. And particularly for either A, raids, or B, the Dimensional Hole. You know, the fairy one to farm the runes. It's actually a defense breaker, healer, anti-crit, and decent damage. Yeah, for that team. It can be built tanky or bruiser type. It's really good.
One of the patches buffed all of them, right?
Yeah, they've given us a buff. The buff was the skill 1 change, as well as it forced them to, like, after using skill 2 or skill 3, have a chance to proc into skill 1. That was kind of like the fun thing that
Or
they
ignore
changed for them.
defense or something like that.
Yep. All
Have you
let's-
guys
go
gotten
ahead.
any? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I forgot to.
I was gonna ask a little off-topic question, but
It's
if
open
that's where you're
discussion, so
going-
go ahead.
Have you guys seen or gotten any insane ancient will runes yet?
None.
No.
I have one, I think.
There's a screenshot I saw from the Japanese server, and I don't know what type of rune it is because it's covered and you can't see it, but it's an ancient reap, and it went 31 speed, 7% HP, 8% crit damage, 5% crit rate, slot 3 with an innate stat, completely ungrinded.
That's disgusting.
God.
That's the most disgusting rune I've ever seen in my life.
That's actually disgusting. What is that? 37 potential? That is 37
Yeah,
potential.
37
Holy
potential.
moly. 37
30
potential. That's like
That's-
2 runes in one for the
Okay,
average
so,
Joe.
so if you take off the crit damage or the crit rate for defense gem and you max gem, you max grind
no
it.
problem,
That's
no
what,
problem.
like 24? No, 27%, I think.
Mm.
The max gems are 14 or are they 15?
I actually
I
don't
think
know.
they're 15, right?
I think they're 15.
Or
It's
are they?
15 plus 13,
Yeah.
right? So 28% potential plus
15
the
plus
7%
12 is it?
on a 12,
It's
so
12.
19% HP. Holy Jesus, that's crazy. 30.
Damn.
Imagine a 37 speed rune with 25% defense, 20% defense, and 5% crit.
Where can I order one of those? And how much is it?
That's like 2 runes.
Jesus, dude. I also heard somebody just made an ancient rune too, like 50 something percent like attack or something, like 51% or some crap. Kind of ridiculous. It's literally like a 246 right there, man. Which is pretty nutty. Yeah, 51% attack. Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, like, I have one nice will rune, but it's not 31 speed. But I think it's like the base was 20% HP and 19 speed, and then I had another good attack roll as well. So you can just gem in crit rate on it.
I have a decent slot 6. Like, it's an endure though. It's a decent slot 6 attack percent endure. There's like
You
18
upgraded on
speed.
Yeah, I think I saw that one when you rolled it.
Yeah,
Saw
it's,
that
actually,
one
it's not
too.
bad, but when you look at it, it's not like that next level ancient quality, right? It's like, oh, this is a good like regular root. If anything, I feel.
Thing is, I feel like ancient runes are only good when you they only become way better than normal runes when you like max out grinds on them. Because like
grinds are
most
really
of
when they
their
become good.
most of their potential is locked behind the grinds.
Yeah, that's hard. But I feel they're only good as well is if you can get it and keep that one extra stat from the beginning. You know what I mean by keep it? Meaning that you max roll everything to keep that one extra
You
percent.
make up the difference. You make up the difference in the grinds though. The grinds really are huge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I got a 5-star quad roll speed rune, accuracy slot 6, and like I looked at it, I was like, it's 23 speed. I'm like, this is good. And then I remembered you can go plus 6 on
Always
those. So
do
like
that.
that's actually really
Can't
good.
see it yet.
Yeah, that is really good.
Oh, I see it.
18 speed, 18 HP, 13 accuracy, 7 crit. That's pretty nice. How come you haven't grinded it yet? You have grinds.
I just realized I had grinds. Thanks for reminding me. I just got them. Must have just found it because I didn't have it when I was doing it.
Wait, What was it again? How much?
Oh, it hit 9
What's-
HP. What the? Wait, I'm gonna hit the speed right now, dude. We hit 5 right here.
I
This
don't
is
think
insane.
That's garbage.
Oh, I hit
I'm
4.
not sure if
18
this is
18
something
speed,
to be proud
16
of or
HP.
something to hate.
Yeah, it's Enduro though, but I mean, it's definitely.
shit.
It
That
can't be
is
like it.
that's the sickest Samath rune I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah,
That's,
that's,
the
a good
sickest
target.
rune in general that I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, I'm
Holy
gonna throw
shit.
that, I'm gonna throw that into
Like all of
That's
those
a Samath.
stats are above what it
Can I
can
show
be
you a
on
pretty
the
good
normal.
one too? It's
Yeah.
Brian, I'm sorry, your rune just got thrown into the
So
trash.
I'm sure
Rip.
Tyler already saw it, but this is a Roman Fury one.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh
holy
yeah, I saw
shit.
that one. I
Oh,
saw that
God.
one. That one. That one's nuts, dude. That one's
I
actually
need that one
nuts.
for Juno.
That one's
He rolled
actually
that
nuts,
too.
dude. It's despair. That's disgusting, dude. Actually disgusting.
That
He
one's
Okay.
actually rolled that. That is so gross.
But verse, is that your rune?
Yeah, that's my
posted.
rune. Yeah. I don't know what to do with it though.
Let's put it
I'm
on
waiting
Samath.
for an attack enchant.
Yep. Attack and Sean and put it on Samath. Just make like the sickest rage
Honestly?
Samath you can do.
What?
I don't know.
If
I'm
you
not
were
really
a-
happy
if you were an
about it.
advocate of using Leica, I think you could actually put that on.
Isn't that a Leo rune?
Could be, yeah, it could be a Leo rune as well. But I think
I don't think it's a Leo rune because it's missing
I don't
too
think
many
you look
stats.
for that much
from
crit
it.
damage,
Yeah,
on,
that's true.
right? You look for stats overall.
That'd be good on
You look
Leo.
for crit damage on like slot 1 and slot 3,
Yeah.
and also 2. On the other slots, you look for max stats.
It's a lot
Gem
of
either-
freaking crit damage though.
You either gem attack or speed, but probably attack because you're 36 crit damage.
I mean, it could go on like a Leo that is just full YOLO, meant to like one shot a year boost or something.
Yeah, I would put it on Leo though.
Yeah, I think that's why that's a good topic to, I guess, talk about as well. I mean, I feel Comptest has to be very careful with these ancient runes because if these come out a little bit too quickly and too fast, it's gonna definitely make a big gap, man. Because some of these runes that come out are nuts, dude.
Pretty hard to even get close to that though. Like those are the 1 in a billion chance for.
Yeah,
I actually think
like
they
that.
did it very nicely, the way they made the ancient runes.
yeah. You just have to keep it that way, I guess. All right,
I'm really glad that it's grinds that make it better. But I wish that we could do like grind crafting. You know how like we can craft the runes? We should be able to craft grinds and gems.
Yo, man, I don't care about grind crafting. I just want more space.
Same.
Yes.
Yes.
Grind space is a definition. Just bump it to 1,000, but I don't know if they can do that. Or just make a building, like we said before. Right? DJ suggested it.
right?
Yeah, he suggested that last time to make a building like the Rainbow Mon building, but for grinds. Just take it out of the inventory area, put it into the building or whatever. It's totally fine because they just stack. They're all the same. There's no uniqueness to any of them, right? At all. They're all the same. Well,
And even if they're not going to give us the inventory space, can you at least give us a better UI? So like when I click into my grind UI, I can see I have 5 of something instead of clicking every single one individually.
Oh yeah,
And
like
then
a
I don't
big
know if- I
rune
don't-
one, right?
I don't know if you've noticed, but the slots that have the ancient ones as well mess up the order of all your gems and
Yeah.
grinds.
Oh yeah.
So it's really hard to know what you want to sell. It's really frustrating.
Right.
Your
That makes sense.
nemesis and your endure runes are all like all over the place.
Yeah. But I mean, they came out with it, so hopefully that's gonna be their next quote unquote quality of life boost, I guess. We should see something there because that should be an easy fix for them. You have to look into for sure. All right.
Or just split it up, like ancient grinds 1 and then regular grinds.
There's the 51% attack rune.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I posted in Discord.
Blade.
I can just
We'll
post it in
send
the
it.
chat. If the Nightbot bans you, I'm just gonna copy paste it. I can still see it. That's why. You just put it in there. That does. Why does it still do that? There's a setting for VIPs to not get banned, dude. I swear there is.
The question is, when do you think Comtuous are gonna need money and release ancient immemorials?
Stop. They said stop.
They
It's
said
when
no,
they need
no.
money.
None of this.
No.
You stop
They-
right now.
They said no.
We
They
are
don't.
at
They don't have
1
plans for that. We actually asked
Yeah,
them
they
those
don't have
questions.
plans.
Are they gonna come out with the ancient rune packs and ancient more packs? They actually said they're not looking into doing that. So, thank
Not
God.
yet. Not yet.
Okay,
I
a
don't-
couple
I
years
don't
from
think
now,
they
so it's not an
need
issue.
to.
You don't need to
So
though.
the problem with doing that is if you do that, you kind of obsolete old rune packs, right? Like you're undermining an already pretty strong monetization method you have.
Yeah.
I think it also depends because they're still dependent on the runes you drop from the dimensional hull.
Okay. One last
Yeah, I
topic I
don't
want to
think
brush
we
up
can do
on that we didn't really get to talk about yet is SWC Asia. I didn't get to fully watch it. Did you guys get to watch it? And what are your thoughts? Let's talk a little bit about that. That's our final topic of the day, I guess.
Leona is too OP.
got procced on so hardcore.
Who?
UT10.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see the match. I saw that
UT10
they were...
got destroyed by Per. Per actually destroyed him. Just every turn was just another turn.
But Per got lucky.
Yeah, Per got really lucky against the UT. Thing is, like, NA and Europe had a lot of interesting plays, but I think Asia actually beat us in, like,
Whoa. What do you
how
mean
bad
us?
quality of play.
I might have transformed a Dino in wrong time, but keep it
Yeah,
to
but still.
you. Huh?
Still. Like, SWC Asia was something else with, like, how they drafted and what they, how they played.
They were really good. They were really good.
They were really good.
They were really good, man. I actually.
They were super.
I thought
Honestly,
America was really good.
The matches were not close at all. I didn't think the matches were that close. I watched them all earlier this morning, and they didn't feel that close. A lot of them felt like really, really strong draft difference. A couple of people just got really hard procced on, but I honestly think that in the Asia Cup, it was way more determined. When you saw players go against each other, you're like, this person's just getting destroyed. Yeah, everything was okay. So every match was a 2-1, a 2-0, or 3-0, except for one in the quarters and the third place match.
That's crazy. You guys are making me want to watch it. Would you say like this was probably the
you
most
guys
entertaining
know-
cup to watch then?
Yeah, it was.
Diligent 1v4 with the Leona.
You guys know Llama, Diligent, and who's the other guy called? Llama, Diligent, and Judas. All three of them. Which monster they share that no one else have?
Ragdoll.
I
Ragdoll.
need the nerf.
You tried to just prepare yourself for the SWC finals, which is happening on
like,
the 26th. That's
for
so
the-
crazy. It's coming up in like 3 weeks, man. That's nuts.
For the Asia Cup, like, the only one who didn't do a lot of questionable things was Diligent.
He's
Yeah.
a very smart player.
Would you
Like,
say he's very diligent?
even though he has the strongest account out of, like, I almost would say everyone in SWC.
In the world.
Still, yeah, he still played like the cleanest out of everyone. I mean, Llama was also okay, but Llama is also like stuck to his draft. Like, people just didn't want to counter him. Like, everyone just went for triple immunity every game.
Now that I have to play against Llama, I'm a little bit scared of his Molong. It's not that easy.
No,
to
you
deal
shouldn't be
with.
scared of it.
Huh?
You shouldn't be scared of it.
I'll prep you. Thompson.
Yeah, we'll prep you.
Oh,
Like,
thank you.
you can
Oh,
beat
thank you
him
guys.
100%.
Yeah, I humbly accept
Just,
your preparation.
I'll prep you for him. I 5-1'd him last time.
Like, do you use
All right.
Harmonia? What do
No, you don't use Harmonia. Like, if I were you, Thompson, you could just use, use Jana, Diana. Like, you should have a lot of priority
Stop
on those.
talking
'cause,
about
like,
now. Stop
Oh,
talking
of
about
course,
now. Stop
Yana.
talking about
Oh,
now.
All right, thank you.
He's gonna come and watch this
Of
podcast.
course.
Man, dude.
I mean,
I
then
can't
he
get
has,
over that Leona match. That was disgusting to watch. Given he did pick a team that was not that good for it. To
Okay,
fight
I think Tyler
Leona.
wants to talk about Leona. Yeah.
Did you? We all watched that, right? Except for Brian. Like,
I didn't get to see it, but I'm gonna go watch it because of.
so the mistake on the part of the big mistake where Per was fighting Diligent was that, like, he did have the Shiho as an option to kill it. Like, he had a Thor Okeano Shiho, but he was I mean, he was kind of pressured into not banning the Leona, but I think in those cases you have to, because if he loses the Shiho early, it is 100% of a loss. There's no chance he's going to beat him, right? Leona excels so hard at just destroying support units.
Yeah, you have to have enough damage to kill it. It's
Yeah, like,
Like,
Leona
Per went into that match thinking, like, as attack went up, he would do enough damage to kill the
Do
Leona.
you think
and
the
it was just
problem is
vastly incorrect.
Ragdoll or Leona?
Ragdoll for sure. Ragdoll's definitely an issue.
Ragdoll, yeah.
But still, like, I think we can't deny Leona is an issue.
I don't think she's that big of an issue that people make it out to be. That's my weird take. Like, but the issue with her is also, like, if she can't 1v4, she's pretty garbage of a unit. Like, if she doesn't have the potential, she's pretty bad, I would say. Like, if I had her, I wouldn't pick her.
100% stun chance on skill 1 and a skill 2 provoke strip, and has pretty good base stats and is a neutral element.
You just have to get
And that's
defense
a
break
pretty,
on her.
it's a pretty
But you
strong
saw
kit
her
on top
before
of the
the
fact that you do damage and you are insanely tanky.
Well, you just have to get defense break on her. That's the biggest thing. But getting it on her is so tough because they put like goddamn. That's like the only unit that resistance like maybe works on, man. Goddamn.
Well, you also have to do it before she gets skill 2 up. Otherwise, you just get stunned for free.
I just say you buff every other LND NAF 5.
The thing is, I was talking about it on my stream as well.
Are you really trying to prep
You
yourself
know-
for Thompson?
Huh?
No.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All the
It's
LDs
true.
need a buff. I don't have
Yeah.
one, but I do truly think that they need a buff. There are a lot of units that need to be buffed, but I think there's a fairness in doing both, right? Buffing
yeah,
and balancing.
The thing
But
about
does
Leona,
give you that feeling like she's LD NAF 5, and you know, you pull her, you're happy, you're gonna use her.
I'd be happy.
she's
Can I hit one?
Mate.
I'm more scared of Leona than I am of Artemil.
Yeah, Leona's scary. Yeah, for sure.
I ban Leona over Ragdoll almost every match.
I have to disagree on that.
yeah, I also have to disagree.
Can be
Let
countered
him
a
have
lot.
his opinion first.
No, let's disagree. Keep going. Go ahead. Go ahead. I
It's-
like this.
I mean, a Lauren can take care of.
I mean,
well,
Lauren
actually,
does
take
fine
care of
against both.
everything.
Yeah.
Lauren can take care of everything.
Lauren is good against both for the exact same reason. It doesn't matter which one you talk about.
Lauren can take care of everything.
Correct.
If anything, Lauren's probably better against the Artemil because you have the heal block.
It's no secret though. Llama and Diligent is all over Lauren. Yeah, they're all over it.
Just
So,
pick Lauren and Elucia. That'll take care of all the LDs. Lauren and Elucia together take care of all the LDs.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, but, like, the
who
thing
won?
with,
Who won, by the way? Who was first and who was second? I don't know.
Diligent was first.
Diligent was first. Okay,
But
so
I do feel like Llama threw the first game to Diligent because they know each other.
I see.
Because he gave Diligent 2 LNDs that were good, and he took the 2 LNDs.
Oh, is that
were
the
bad.
draft that was 10 LDs?
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean,
see.
when he first picked like the Dark Panda, he already gave the game to Diligent. That was like a free win for Diligent.
I see. Yeah, I saw the picture of that. All right, what were
Even
you gonna
if they
say?
like, even
Okay.
if they talked about it behind closed curtains, like they're gonna do it. Like he gave the game to him the first match.
Do they both have those units though that were thrown on either side?
What do you mean?
Like, cause you're saying that he gave that unit to the guy, but did he have it? He has that unit as well.
No, they don't have it, but he took like Llama took the bad LNDs and Diligent took the good LNDs. Like we just put them together, Diligent has the better set.
I see.
Yeah.
What were you
So
gonna say,
Diligent was
Obama?
like, hey Llama, let's just put like all LD NAT 5 in play.
Yeah.
It's obviously advantageous for Diligent.
True.
No, it was just that, like, my reasoning for Leona not being that much of an issue is that she's a counter pick. So if you were to make a tier list, you would still have like Nephthys, Jana, Ragdoll, Arden, everyone at the top.
Mhm.
And then she would come in at like SS with Akroma, Tianlang, and those.
I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
She's not a good like
she's
blind
she's
pick.
still
She's a counter
extremely
pick.
strong. Though. I mean, you've admitted she's just extremely strong. So I think it kind of warrants the fact that I think that she's like way too good.
Tyler is an advocate
Yeah,
for
but the thing is,
Leona.
like, people have a hate boner for her, but there's way too many units that have have bigger issues than
Tyler,
Leona.
I'm gonna say one thing, man. I need you to relax, okay? Because we all have LD9 5s. We know a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have one, you don't know yet. So
Bears don't have one.
when you have one, Tyler, then you can come and talk to us, okay?
Hey, Verse,
Just
Verse,
joking.
what are you doing for dinner? I'm feeling a little hurt now.
Oh my
I
god.
know. That's why I'm saying silence.
Verse and I sitting over here with no LD.5.
Oh,
the
Verse,
thing
you don't
is-
have one as well? I thought you have one that's like just not good. I thought no.
Yeah, he's got Fantorn's account.
Thing is, I think it's because Bears has been playing on Phantom's account, so he can understand us LD owners.
There you go. True. True.
I have 4 more longs. I
also have 4
I
more
fed
longs.
Josephine yesterday. I have a Josephine. We actually did someone and fed one just before you joined the stream yesterday. That's hilarious.
No, but
Yeah.
like the thing with Leona is
I
like,
heard a
there's
little
so
bit.
many options available to everyone to play against her.
Yeah.
Like even Ager works against Leona.
You know what,
Like Lord
Obama?
works,
You're right.
Sierra works.
No,
I think you're right, Obama.
Leona,
The issue is not Leona.
Ager does not work against Leona. I'll take that back. It does not work. Because Leona just does too much damage, it's too tanky.
Yeah, how you
for
gonna kill?
Ager.
Actually, Edgar doesn't kill it. Edgar might control other
Ager-
things.
And another thing
3
is,
or more hits to do it comfortably.
the Water Fairy doesn't deal with Leona as well. Like when it's like a one-on-one battle, Leona still wins. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
Water Fairy
yes,
can
Lauren deals with it, but not the Water Fairy.
Okay, she who does.
Theo does, Diana does.
okay.
She was good. She was
Sierra is
Also,
actually
Shield
really
has
good
another
versus-
problem.
Yeah,
When
Sierra
he
does,
puts,
Daptis does.
when he puts up the shield, she could strip it, and it does a lot of damage to him.
That's true.
Every single defense
Yeah.
breaker deals with her.
Yes, that's true.
Like you can have a Bella, like if you need sustain and a defense break, you can pick a Bella into her.
Okay.
Like everybody knows how to deal with her, but she's like a good last pick. But
Yeah.
you feel like she doesn't need a nerf until like you get soloed by her. You're like, oh my god, this unit is pretty strong.
but that's where she
Yeah, the
shines,
thing is-
right? You can't allow her to be in that situation.
To be fair, as that person who did get soloed by her, like I allowed that to happen by not banning it, knowing it was a possibility. So I take full responsibility for that. That is my fault. So in the return of saying like you don't think Leona is as much of a problem as I think she is, I think you're totally right. And the reason for that is because I don't pick Lauren. I don't pick Lauren at all. And I didn't really look at that. So like you're totally right in that sense. The one unit that I think has very, very little counters and is really hard for me is actually Nephthys.
Yeah, that is true.
not
Like Nephthys is number
Ragdoll?
1 for me.
No, I think Ragdoll is more fightable than Nephthys. If Nephthys
I think
gets
there's a lot more ways to
off on
deal with
three
it.
units,
Please explain more fightable.
the speed lead
Ragdoll
just
is
makes it
weaker
way
than
too strong.
Yeah, Nephthys shouldn't have a speed lead.
She
I think
shuts
if you
down
do
everything.
speed lead,
It's like
But you
defense
use
break,
Gemini.
heal block,
I
glancing.
do use
and
Gemini.
then you get
Nephthys
silenced.
is like a Gemini that can have will runes.
Yeah, but
It-
like
it-
when you give a unit speed lead and you give a unit those debuffs and you give a unit 100%
You're
reliability, kind of nuts, dude. Kind of nuts when it's 100% guaranteed. Like you're like, hey, I'm gonna push this button and it's going to happen. You know that
like-
in Summoner's War never happens. No matter what button you push in Summoner's War, bro, lots of things don't happen the way you want. Whether you grind, whether you power runes, whether you summon.
Like Ganymede doesn't happen.
Like,
you
that's why
still miss
Ganymede is
attack
still
bar.
good. He's been
You can
gutted
still miss
5
attack
times,
bar.
dude.
You can't
Yeah.
miss anything on Nephthys. You don't miss
Okay.
anything at all.
Ganymede
And
is more
Nephthys
broken,
is also
though.
pretty good against Leona.
Huh?
Ganymede as a
Nephthys
unit
is pretty good
more
against Leona.
flexible. However, Nephthys as a standalone unit is much stronger.
Thompson just doesn't
But-
like his units on the spotlight. That's all it is. I understand, Thompson. I understand.
I-
Don't worry, it's
I-
not gonna get a
I think
nerf.
they're
It's-
Actually, I think they're gonna nerf her. I think they're gonna nerf her. Even though I don't want them to do so, but I think they're gonna nerf her.
I just
Yeah.
want it to be after the finals.
Hey,
After
I'm
World
just
Finals,
saying,
that's okay.
There's 4
Alright, so-
Ragdoll in Worlds.
No
you
buffs,
want a new
no
meta-
nerfs before Worlds. You guys come to us. Don't change anything before Worlds.
No, I don't mind buffs.
do
I
it.
don't mind buffs before Worlds. I want buffs before Worlds. Change some of the junker units so we might get surprise things and picked into Worlds. I don't mind that. But yeah,
Alright,
don't change
so
anything. To
one thing we can do is either change Nephthys leader skill with Isis or change it with Sekhmet. But I think if you change it to Sekhmet, Sekhmet is going to be like the first pick coming into next season. So I think actually giving it to Isis would be better.
Wait, which skill?
But you could also give it to Sekhmet.
Wait, which
Does
skill?
Rossith
is it?
have a
Speed
Nephthys?
lead.
No, it doesn't.
Razes
anyone in
does
EU
not. But Razes has a Ragdoll.
So we should have 3 or 4 Nephthys as well in Worlds, right?
I think there's you have 2 already, right? Because you have
You and Tree both have it,
you and
right?
Tree.
There's
You guys
3.
have 2. So there's 3.
Tree.
Yeah. There's Tree.
And
I
then-
get it.
Tree.
Diligent has one, right?
Llama has one and Diligent has one, right?
So that's
Yeah, so
5.
there's
Diligent have one?
4.
God, I have not been.
Yeah,
doing-
Llama picked
Oh,
one in the
no.
Asia.
Thompson.
Llama picked one.
Write that
Yeah,
down
but
right
I
now.
don't think
Then we
Thompson.
have
Diligent
4.
has Nephthys. If he does, then it's a secret weapon. But
Wait,
Diligent,
who? Diligent. Okay. But Llama has one at least.
yeah, it's me, Tree, and Llama.
I have a question. How come?
Or do I have one? Or maybe I unsummoned it.
No, this relax. Does Fantor just not play as much anymore? I feel like that account and he could definitely have competed. No?
Phantom wants to quit.
Okay. I
That's
feel like
the
the account
play.
could definitely be there, man. I mean, especially now, but
You know, honestly, I didn't know who Fantoner is until you guys like talked about it. And then now when I go on the rankings, he's like ranked like number 5 or something in the world.
He plays. That's why.
I was like, whoa. He's
yeah,
so high
this
up
account's
there.
good. I
I'm
mean,
like,
you saw the
okay,
Aegir
this
as well,
guy's
so close to your Aegir, right? Because in your mind, you know your Aegir's really good, right? You're like, oh crap, I got like,
self-proclaimed. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's really good, but it's just self-proclaimed.
yeah, it is one of the best. Yeah, it is one of the best. Because nobody has runes like that to just put on an Aegir. They'd rather put on some other units, but yeah. All right. Any last words? Any last things that we want you want to say? Yeah, for the podcast today. Pretty solid podcast. About hour and 15 minutes so far.
Buff Tayor.
Yeah,
Nothing for me.
We went through some good things. We talked about the guild war
Give Tayor
changes.
a passage.
Yep. We talked about some changes for some units, Teor and Rakan and whatnot. I think these are units that can definitely be changed. And,
The Rakan one was really good.
I really hope they take that one. If they take that one, I know they're kind of listening to the stream. If they make any changes to Rakan, right? That's awesome, man. Yeah, we appreciate Comtuous,
I like that
listening
one
in.
a lot.
Yeah, to the podcast and whatnot. And even if it's not easy to do certain things, I think if they get some ideas from us and whatnot, it gives them a chance, right, to make these changes when you're hearing some of our voices talking about things that need to happen. All right, thank you guys for joining me on the podcast today. It was a lot of fun. If you guys are watching this from the YouTube channel, make sure you guys like and leave a comment. I always look through all the comments the day before the podcast for the following week, as well as I'll put all of their stream, all their Twitch links in the description below. So feel free to check them all out. Everybody streams at a different time, I would say. Everybody here streams. Maybe Thompson might stream a little bit more, but other than that, everybody else has been streaming quite a bit. Yeah, Verz, What's a Love, a Bobble. What's that?
I can't stream.
Yeah, I know. You can't stream yet. So, I mean, maybe end of the month, right? After Worlds. Worlds is this month already. Nuts. 3 weeks, like I said. So, coming up real soon. Actually insane. All right. Thank you guys for joining me on today's podcast. Appreciate you guys making some time. Yeah. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, YouTube.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in tonight.